All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews. This is going to be the last thing of the night. I was trying to get a bunch of stuff done tonight, but apparently all I had time for was Marvel's Captain America Civil War and one episode of Santa Clarita Diet Season 3. So that's what we're going to be talking about now. We're up to episode 4. It is called More of a Cat Person, so full spoilers if you haven't seen this episode yet. So yeah, I mean, we're starting to hit that little bit of middle of the road, so like some things are getting resolved, some things are getting set up, and then like for Eric and Abby's story, it just kind of keeps on going. So it's a good episode, not a fantastic episode, some really good stuff in here though. Starting with the fact that Gary's helping them out with their realty service. You know, he's with an Alexa and a headset and a glass. He's able to pretty much start to run their business for them. All they got to do is show up. The only thing about this scene is this how cheesy they are with customers. Like, hello. I mean, is that how people really are? Is that how realtors really are? Because I don't think I even remember having anything to, you know, any interactions with any realtors at like a open house or anything. So I don't know if that's how they really act. But if this isn't a really big exaggeration, I don't know, because if that's the way they really are, I don't know if I ever want to meet a realtor. No offense to anybody that's a realtor. It's just a little much the way that they come on in this. Just like, hi, like I would be like, whoa, Jesus Christ. But in this, we find out that Anne has moved on, and she's not going to bother them anymore. In more ways than one, too, that comes up later with, well, we might as well just talk about it. She leaves Eric's mother, saying she's on her own path. So that makes me wonder when we're going to see her again and what she's going to be doing next time we see her. Because, I don't know, they can always take characters like this and really do 180s on them and just make you never know what's going to happen next with them. And that's what I probably guess is happening here, except the girl who plays, Natalie Morales, who plays Anne, has got another show now on NBC called Abby's or something. I don't know. It looks like a Cheers knockoff, but if you're going to rip off something, might as well be the best. But anyway, so that's happening there. So they know that Anne's pretty much out of the way. And Eric and Abby they're preparing for the FBI interview that Eric's going to have. And of course, you know, it's just more of them like fighting off their relationship. Her just not wanting to admit that she, you know, cares about him. And their banter, I mean, they already act like a married couple as it is. But it takes Ramona later on to show her that she, you know, what's really going on. So speaking of which, Ramona is back in this episode. I really like this character. I really like this actress. She comes back and immediately Mr. Balllegs comes back to life, kind of like more rejuvenated, you know, like full of vim and vigor, as the old folks used to say. So that makes them think about Sheila's thing, and so they start thawing it out, and at least, you know, we get that paid off, which, you know, it's gonna be interesting where they go with this, because with what happens here with Ramona attacking her landlord at the end, you don't know what it was doing to him. So we know it wasn't good. But I think these things have more surprises and a bunch of eyes. That's fucking really creepy. That thing is really, 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 that's nightmare fuel there. Which is why it fits so great onto this show, with all this normalcy, and then this just real horrible little monster. Ugh. Can you imagine that? Just waking up and having that on your chest or something, or like going like this in your face, like, eh. Sorry, putting nightmare fuel right into people's heads. But she's also still got her thing for Eric, which, you know, it's not supposed to bother Abby, but it does when later on she shows up at Ramona's house and threatens her with the hammer knife, which Ramona tells her, you know, look, you're in love with him, and I may not understand social cues, but I can see that you are in love with him because you're ready to die for him. Because Ramona's a killer, you know. And she's kind of one of those just like, what do you call that? I don't know. nobody's taught her kind of like how to be, and so she just kind of reacts. But yeah, you know, and the look on Abby's face says maybe it's time, which means something's gonna happen, right? Something's gonna happen to like throw a monkey wrench in this, even worse than what Eric does to himself, which of course he was going to do. There's nothing I like less usually than predictability in these kind of things, but for some reason, Eric's predictability of failure and being able to, you know, draw suspicion to himself is just something kind of funny. Like, how is he going to screw it up this time? What weird things is he going to say? And come out of his mouth and his mind while he's trying to backtrack and cover a lie up? I don't know. I really enjoy watching that guy work. And the whole thing with Laura Silverman's character, one of Anne's followers, becomes a thing. Because, well, Sheila needs more to eat because Larry's gone, and until they start selling Nazis, which is a great thing, like, you know they'd be expensive. You know that Nazis would be expensive. But at least we know they were, like, raised, like, raised right or whatever, like, organically or something like that. That's just hilarious. But, yeah, this guy pops up who, you know, he's a wife, you know, abuses his wife and all this stuff. So he becomes their next victim in their little Dexter room. And of course, I feel like it's like my lucky, you know, week, because first I got to see this character die on the season 2 rewatch of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I do. If you want to check those out, we do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on here. The actor who was the Drew Barrymore's boyfriend or fiance makes a return to her. I don't think they've been in a movie since together, but Drew Barrymore is reunited with her ex-fiance character from, well, not the character, but the actor from The Wedding Singer. And so this is just great because I hate that guy. Like, I hate him. I know, like he always plays the dick. He is typecast. It is a shame for the actor, but I always get to see something bad happen to him. So he got shot to death or something really bad happened to him on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I only watched that a week ago. Now he's back getting killed by his former fiance. And I mean, even though everything is just very cliche, this guy is just saying, oh yeah, women, you know, out of his mouth. And so when she finally gets to turn the tables on this guy and say kind of the things that her character from Wedding Singer should have said to this guy, you know, being more assertive, and then just eating him and whipping his arm across the room, which is really great. And I have to admit that I forgot that they were in The Wedding Singer together until I was recording this while the words were coming out of my mouth. That is when I remembered, holy shit, he was in The Wedding Singer. Wow. All comes full circle. Whee! So that was great. So now Sheila's got some more food. Eric has his meeting that, like I said, goes really wrong. And now they're going to want to question him more. Because it's a chemical footprint, not a literal footprint. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And then Tommy, as soon as he called, I knew he knew. Because they just got themselves put on the internet. They got their website, and Tommy's still looking, and there they go, popping up, blonde realtor duo. So we know what's headed now. And seriously, Ethan Suplee's a pretty intimidating guy, and if you haven't seen him before on it, watch Chance on Hulu. Him and Hugh Laurie are in that together, and he is an intimidating dude on that show. In fact, I think he lost weight since then. Again, like, he's been kind of putting it on and off or whatever, but he's pretty built in this, and he's pretty built in that as well. But yeah, Tommy knows, and yeah. And then Sheila gets her little Mr. Spider Ball Eggs thing. He comes back to life. And, you know, Joel still has kind of been able to avoid the whole, am I going to turn kind of thing. He's got a lot of points and all that stuff, that it was her, she didn't have a choice and it's his, and all these weird things. I like that they're having that conversation in front of the guy right before they kill him. Wait your fucking turn. But anyway, yep, that's this episode. It's pretty good. I love that, like, when Joel says the line that's the title of this, you're Mr., a weird peach pit, spider crawly looking thing, and I'm more of a cat person. That's just great. So anyway, that was that was this episode. I hope you liked this review. If you did, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Otherwise, we will be back with more Santa Clarita Diet tomorrow. Otherwise, like I said, have a great night, and we will see you next time.